That's right, little alligator. These were just little bitty alligators this morning in the bayou. We just run them through the meat grinder.
Hey, dude, what you doing?
We don't skin them. We don't skin them like everybody else. No, we run it through that way. That way, if you need any type of protective coat during the summer, you have it. It's not a problem because you got that special alligator skin in here. Oh, this is genuine, in from the slavery in the kitchen that made these buns. She spent all day making them.
Let me taste that for you, baby.
Took us 6 hours to get dressed and 15 minutes to make them. Of course, Uncle John, he really appreciates that. Hey, close the door. Y'all live in a barn? Sound familiar? Bet y'all never heard that before. Anyway, the technique for cooking this stuff is slow. It's a slow cook process. One of the things I like to do is use a lot of smoke. Not too much smoke, but a lot of smoke because you smoke the flavor into them. Right now, I'm smoking the imitation flavor of propane into the hamburgers. It's a special technique. No, I'm still. What?
Don't make them roasted.
Oh, okay. No blackened hamburgers again, please. Oh, it looks like the hamburgers are ready. They started off 6 inches and now they're just at the right size of 1.5 inches. And we would buy nothing but the best beef. Of course, you couldn't pick up a piece of charcoal in there because you couldn't grab it with your hand. It's so liquefied. Okay, that's it. Oh, you want me to tell you the joke? Okay. Did I tell you the joke about the Cajun and the New Yorker? Did I tell you this joke, Wesley?
No.
You sure?
Positive.
Don't shake the camera, you're losing focus of it. Anyway, there's this New Yorker and he comes in town and he goes hunting in Cajun country for ducks. So he shoots a duck and the duck falls down over the farmer's property and he's a Cajun. So he sees the Cajun at the fence, so he says, hey, Mr. Cajun. He says, you mind if I cross your fence and get your duck? Get that duck I just shot. And the Cajun country guy looks at him and says, look, bud, he says, I don't think you understand.
Oh, God!
When you're in Cajun country, anytime you shoot a duck down, it belongs to the man's property it falls on. The New Yorker looked at him and says, what, are you crazy? Man, in New York, whenever you shoot the duck, whoever shoots the duck, that's who the duck belongs to. Have you heard this joke before?
No.
Just stop me when you have, okay? Just checking to see if it got your attention. Okay, so anyway, the New Yorker and that Cajun man, they keep arguing back and forth about whose duck this is. Well, it's on my property, it's my duck, and the New Yorker saying, well, I shot the duck and it's my duck. So the Cajun says, well, listen.
I'm finished.
You're welcome. We're at a standstill. There's nothing we can do here. So the Cajun says, listen, we're going to sell this the country way. This is a clean joke. Have you heard this joke?
No.
Just check. Okay, anyway, just see if I got you in the grip. No. Anyway, it's old technique. Anyway, so the country guy says, listen, we can settle this. We can settle this the Cajun country method. So the New Yorker looks at it and says, well, Cajun country method, I don't know about that. That sounds kind of crazy. But, okay, let's see, what do we have to do here? So the Cajun looks at it and says, well, what we do is we both stand back, and each of us take a kick. And we kick each other in the groin as hard as we can. And the one that's able to stand at the end wins the duck. So the New Yorker thinks about that for a second and says, man, whew, that sounds like a real, low blow, you know what I mean? So anyway, he says, well, okay. You're Cajun, I'm a New Yorker, I can stand that kind of problem. So the Cajun says, all right. And the New Yorker says, all right. The New Yorker says, all right, who goes first? And the Cajun says, well, you see, when you're in Cajun country, Cajuns always go first. So the New Yorker says, okay, you go first and I'll go second. So the New Yorker stands in. The Cajun steps back, and he's got them white boots that go up to his kneecap. He gets a big long kick, and kicks that New Yorker right in the groin, man, and that New Yorker falls over, man, bends over, cow-wows, cries, screams. Man, 10 minutes later, he finally picks himself up. He says, all right, Mr. Cajun, that was a pretty good lick. Now it's my turn. And the Cajun looks at it and says, nah, that's okay, you can keep the duck. I guess you gotta be there.
Were you listening to it?
Yeah.
Sick, huh?
He's too busy focusing.
Yeah, he said focus in, focus out, focus in, focus out. Gee, focus up.
Get the joke.
Okay, that's enough. Let's eat.